Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this show is this show is actually Friday's show. It's Friday Forever show, and she referred to me. She's not feeling too good today, so she wanted me to pick a subject on dealing with resources for kids when they're depressed. Because kids, when they're young, there's a lot of them in schools, like these shootings and all this violence and all these things happening, and then kids be stressing off of the way the police use brutality. You know what I'm saying? And all the stuff that goes on in schools to where the kids, need a resource. They need an outlet, you know, a program, like programs that they have for kids so they can, relate to people, counselors and stuff that can help when they're stressing. Because school itself, when they're kids, is very stressful. You know what I'm saying? And Friday figured this would be a good topic because we've been running into a lot of children that, don't have people they can talk to. They talk to their parents, but sometimes the parents don't have the answers. So they need someone that's not a psychologist actually, or a counselor, but someone that's familiar with that area, that has that same, that they can relate to, like like say a big brother or a big sister. Say like if they have people like that they can talk to, that they feel comfortable with, rather than just an authority. Because sometimes when kids are around authority figures, they they can't really feel comfortable when talking to them. You see, because a lot of times the parents and the authority look at things. They like kind of like tell the kids what they think they should do and what they know, instead of listening to the kids and understanding how they actually feel. Because you got children that's being pressured by other kids in school, not only bullies and things like that, but they're competing with trying to look good. Some kids might be heavy and some kids might be thin, and either way they're going to talk about you. But kids do not have their self-esteem built up strong enough to where they can just say, "Well, I'm not going to let that bother me because I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm a king. I'm a queen." That's the attitude they should have. But at a child's age, at the age of a child that's say 5 years old to 17, they're still influenced by their environment. And you look at magazines, and you look at all the images that they have on TV. It's all beautiful people in the eyes of the people in the public, like in Hollywood and all that. They show you thin people. These are the ones that are beautiful. They show you people, that are entertainers. Most of the people that are entertainers they relate to as beautiful people, and all they are different from anybody else is that they're famous. They don't look no different. They don't act no different. It's just that like Cardi B, she's a stripper, but now she's a rapper, and she got millions of dollars. So now she's a different person. But she talks and acts just like a ghetto broad from the Bronx. If you didn't know her, and she just came up to you, and you seen her somewhere, and didn't know her title, you would think, oh, boom, boom, boom. She's just another woman, another Puerto Rican. But the thing about it is, people, when they once get famous, or they get tired, people identify them as a symbol to look up to. Not necessarily a sex symbol, but just a symbol, what you call it, someone that you look up to, you follow. You know what I mean? It's a person that you'd want to follow. You see them and you want to be like them. You know what I mean? It's like you say to yourself, wow, I want to be like them. I want to do this. I want to do that. You want to grow up and be like them. But see, you don't realize what they did to get to where they're at. See, they had to go through trials and tribulations. You see the end results. You see what they developed as they went through what they went through. Nobody is just a perfect picture. When they come out, they're not perfect picture. They went through the same struggles. They went through the same hard times in high school before they made it. Most of them made it after they got out of high school or whatever. Like I said, Cardi B was a dancer. She was a go-go dancer. Stripper. So she had to go through some trial and tribulations, relationships, whatever she went through, before she got to that point. You don't know if it was abuse or what it could have been. I mean, it's a lot of things to it. But the end result is now she made it. Because what you got to do is you got to have a dream. When you're a kid, you got to make sacrifices and make discipline and realize when you're feeling stressed and depressed, that's a temporary situation. That's something that's not going to last. That's there for a little while, you know? So you don't have to cut yourself. You don't have to think down on yourself, be abusing yourself, or letting other people abuse you, or listen to people that are talking negative, or nothing like that. You got to go to resources, Now they got this SoundCloud. I understand SoundCloud, they got information where you can get help for different things when it comes to, being depressed or stressing, But in this state and age, internet, there's a lot of resources you can go for help. You just have to look for the help. But what I think the best help a young person can get is talking to someone that's not really old, but somebody that just stepped out of high school, somebody that might be a little bit advanced than them, maybe the phase that they may be going to when they finish school. Like say a first freshman college student, if they're like 16, 17, let them see what they went through and they determine and they hear what their program is. They was determined, so what they ended up doing was staying strong and dealing with discipline because they know if they get that education, if they finish school, they get through that. That's a temporary situation. High school, that's just temporary. I know it seems like the whole world right now. But when you get older, like I can look back at high school, it wasn't nothing to me. Because I wasn't there. I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I was missing all the time. I didn't think I was going to make it in life. They had me in mentally retarded class. You understand me? With, what do you call it? Special ed class. I went through all that, but I wasn't special. I was special because I had confidence, and I knew that school wasn't me. I wasn't trying to learn in school. But nowadays, that's what you have to do because times have changed. There is no other way about it but education. That's the only way you're going to make it now. Because being a hustler and a player, that ain't going to make it. And even a woman being a prostitute, that is not the way. You know what I mean? And even trying to be a stripper, that's leading to prostitution. People don't realize that stripping is prostitution. And these girls that got out of it and made it because they could rap or do whatever they do, they just were lucky. They were doing the right thing as far as being determined in what they was doing. But going to something negative like stripping, no. You go get a job, do something in the educational department. Like if you're going to, say you're going out and you're being, working around music. You're in music, right? So in your music, you work around people that are making music and dealing with music. You're dealing with things that are related to your dream. If you're doing things that are related to your dream, you understand me? You're doing things that are related to your dream. Then you have a good chance of being a success. Because to win, you have to love what you do and do what you love. If you don't love what you're doing, you're not gonna make it. You got to love that you do because you got to do that for free, and then you got to do it for money. You just got to do it. You understand? Like Puff Daddy and them dudes and that boy, the other light-skinned cat that the big dude, I can't think of his name now. But they were all interns in the music industry with people. They were like interns. They would work for free to get to know the ropes, to know everything, how it went. It's a whole lot of them cats that were smart. You know what I mean? Jay-Z and all them, they just didn't make it like Bam. That boy Russell Simmons. Them cats did shit for free at the time to get the knowledge, get in the door. You understand? When they got in the door and knew the ropes, and then, you know what I mean? Money didn't mean nothing at the time. It was just doing what they loved and experiencing it and being really dedicated and true to it. And then the money came. The money didn't come off the top. If you got a job and you're able to get money and it's something you love doing as well, Be thankful and be blessed. And don't be distressed and stressing because you ahead of the game already. Life is already sweet to you. If you're 16 years old, for instance, and you got a good job doing something you love to do, like in the music industry, and you want to be a singer, do you know that's a plus? Don't you know you have everything on your side and you have nothing to feel bad about? You shouldn't be depressed and you shouldn't be stressing because you're ahead of the game. The other kids, they're the ones that's interfering with your life because they're miserable and distressing. It's just like haters. They're hating and they're putting it on you when you got to think about the blessing you got. You understand? You got a mother that loves you. You understand? You got a home. You got a place to go. You know what I mean? You can go home and get peace of mind. You know? You go to school for 6 hours. You know what I mean? You know when you get out of school where you're going. You're going to do what you got to do and do what you want to do. And you ain't got to deal with them haters and them people that aren't right. Because you got to let them people go. What they saying, they're going to try to keep you down. When they talk about you, that's hateful talk. They used to talk about me for years. They talked about me, and I was a good-looking dude, and the women talked about me because I didn't like the women that liked me. So it was like they would get on my case. You know what I'm saying? And it was like I didn't understand it then. But as I got older, I understood it. And I was being like bullied or whatever, you know what I mean? I didn't understand it. But then when I got, like I said, a teenager myself, which I would advise nobody to do it, but I ran away from home, went to the Tenderloin and pursued what I wanted to do, which wasn't right because I wanted to be a pimp. And that was the wrong thing to do. But I'm talking about when you're doing something legit, that's right, and the opportunities are out there for you now, with the way the world is, you have nothing to do when you're smart and educated and getting good grades and going to these schools, you understand me, that give you special benefits and treat you special. You be blessed and thankful that you have that school that you're going to, as well as working and going to school. You are a blessed person, and you should be happy. You should not be miserable, doing anything to hurt yourself. You should not do that because you got to think about what you really have going for yourself. You have more going for yourself than 90% of the people in school, the ones that are causing trouble, because their future is grim. And they know their future is grim because they don't have no people at home to care for them. Mothers that are at the school every time something ain't right, they run to the school and be there with you, be there for you. You understand? You know, it's like you got to look at all that you got going for yourself and be thankful and be blessed because the man upstairs, the Lord has blessed you and your mother, and you guys should really realize one thing, where you came from. And when you look at where you're at and where you've been, you can say, you know what? I made it. I made it past all that to get where I'm at now. It should be easy, not hard. The stress should be less, not more. Because you are at the point now where you're making a little money. You know, you're doing good. You look good. You know what I mean? You're having you able to go to school, work, and do all that. Boyfriends, don't worry about things like that. Boyfriends, you're young. Don't worry about boyfriends. Don't let boys be in the picture. Because I know now it looks like you're the only one that doesn't have a boyfriend and you're the prettiest one. No, don't let that get you down. Because you are going to be a star. You are sacrificing right now your life to prepare to be a star. And you have to make sacrifices to be a star. You have to do that. You can't be chasing boys and having your mind on things, what people think about you. No, you have to have your mind on where you're trying to go in life and who you want to be. Because if you dream it and taste it and really see it, you can be it. And that's what you want to do. You want to be that person. You want to be that Ariana Grande. You know what I mean? You want to be that Beyonce. You want to be that Britney Spears. You want to be, you understand me, that Adele. You want to be somebody that's been somebody. They all had to go through what you're going through to get to where they're going. And you got to realize in your mind, with the support from your family and the friends that you have that are really considered friends, not the ones that are haters or trying to kill you off. Your real friend that's there with you and there for you. Those are the only ones you can depend on. The majority of the people in school, they're not going to like you because they're jealous and they hate you. So, you know what I mean? You can't even, they already see where you're going. you're going to the top. And they know you're going to lead them on the bottom. So that's why you don't even have to even relate. When they say something to you, it doesn't even mean anything. Because they're saying things to upset you. They want to interrupt your calm peacefulness in your life. They want to interrupt that. And they got those people that's going to be there all your life. You're going to be around people like that. But you got to know how to play past them. You know what I mean? Don't pay them no mind. Because that's something that we have to deal with. People like that, we have to deal with our whole life. I don't care. I'm 65, and I'm still dealing with them right now. And it doesn't get no easier. It's just that you get stronger. It doesn't get no easier, but you get stronger. You understand? And that's the part that's really nice, that you get stronger and you build ammunition. You build ammunition to combat those haters. You understand? You put your armor on. I was telling somebody the other day, every time I step out the office, step out my house and hit the streets and got to go down to the office, I got to have my armor on because I got so many jealous haters down there at the office that I got to, and this is just San Francisco, right where I go at every day. But it didn't turn on me. It didn't turn on me. What I'm really seeing what's happening now. So I go out there, you understand, with my armor on and with my defense, because I got to always roast somebody. Every day I got to roast somebody about trying to put me and my ex-partner back together when it's never going to happen. You understand me? That was a mistake from the beginning. But the thing about it is, you know what I mean, I wasn't really careful about who I associated with. Because me being a player, I was only supposed to associate with players and be solo like I was all my life. When I was traveling and doing all the things I did hustling, I was by myself, man. When I did all that hustling, like I said, traveling and doing that in my cars and shit, riding, man, I was by myself, man. When I was having big money, man, I had big money by myself, man. All that was by myself. What I'm saying is, you do what you do for you and yours. Them other people, if they can't get nothing from you, they don't want to have nothing to do with you. And they're going to try to tear you down because they can't be you. And if you're special and you're about it, you get to realize that. I realized that a long time ago. But what I did is, I would be doing, I was in my diseases, drinking and stuff, I would, that's when I made mistakes and got stuck in towns, got stuck around losers and stuff like that at that time. But when I got my sobriety right and got on the right track, it wasn't happening. I was straight to the top. So that's why I'm saying that you kids, you youngsters, stay away from negativity, stay away from them losers, stay away from them people that ain't got nothing, they ain't got no ambitions, they ain't got no dreams, they're not trying to go nowhere. Stay away from them. Right now you might be lonely. You might be bored and lonely, but you know what? You're going to the top, and it's lonely at the top. You understand? So what you want to do is you want to stay focused and stay winning. If you can stay winning, every time you win, you climbing. You do positive things, remember that. That's reinforcement. You remember the things you do good when you win. You remember that. You put that in your memory bank. You tell yourself, I'm good, I'm doing good. This is a beautiful thing I'm doing. I'm going to be somebody, you know what I mean? Because I'm going along the way. I'm patterned after people that are winners. Ariana Grande, she had to do a lot of sacrificing. You understand? Gomez, I'm talking about. All these people, Justin Bieber, you know what I mean? They still making mistakes. They learning and going through the process, But the thing about it is, they focused and stayed down till they made it. You got to when you once make it, then you just try to concentrate on holding it. But you got to go through the battle zone to get through it. It's like crabs in a barrel. You got to climb. You got to climb to get through that barrel, to get out of there and get singled out to get to the top. You got the talent. You got everything it needs. You got the talent. You got the beauty. You got the looks. All you got to do is have the determination. Along with that beauty and that talent, you got to have the determination. That's what you got to have. And like I say, you kids that are not feeling as good as you should feel, talk to the counselors, the ones that are more just above your age, not the real old ones, because you're gonna feel like you're talking to your mother or your father, and you need somebody that's a little bit older than you, but on the right track, in a positive way where you feel like, hey, you want to do what they're doing. You want to feel like they're feeling. You know what I mean? They're going to tell you, and they're going to give you strokes in the right direction. And you're going to feel like you're talking to a friend that cares about you and is giving you the real story because they can relate. You understand me? They can relate. And what I mean by they can relate is they're on that page. You understand me? They are on that page. They're on the same page you are. When they like, say they're 18, and they got energy, 18, enthusiastic, and they going to school, they're doing their thing in a positive way. They're shaking that negativity. Anything you're doing, like say you feel like cutting yourself or doing something that ain't right, talk to them. They'll tell you how to stay positive. Don't feel stressed. Don't feel depressed. Conquer that there. You understand me? You're not on drugs. You don't want to be on drugs. You don't want to drink. You don't want to take marijuana. Nothing to sidetrack your mind. You don't need that. You want to face the nation with the greatest of ease. Be facing it naturally, on a natural high. Feel good waking up in the morning and being able to go challenge your day. Feel good doing something like that. You know, that's when you feel good. When you out there and you know you got a mother, you got your family, you know what I mean? If you got your mother, that's everything. A lot of people don't have their mothers. You know, that's the closest thing. That's the best thing you can have. Do what you do for your mother, for you and your mother, because that's all you really got anyway. You understand? Me, when I was growing up, my father died when I was on that 20-something years old, maybe 22, when he passed away, 78. But don't you know, my mother was here until 98, and she was there. I can always go see her, talk to her. She was a close thing to, you know, I'd be on the road and traveling and doing all the things I did, but I always knew my mother was there, and I can always call her on the phone. On holidays, I'd go see her. On everything, all the time I'd see her. That was my life. That was my livelihood. That was my, you know, my heartbeat, you might say, you know. And what I'm saying is, when you got your mother, you got everything. Don't take that for granted. And definitely, don't worry her or stress her. And don't do things to hurt yourself or her. You understand? And go to church with her sometime and thank the Lord, you understand me, for being blessed. Because you're blessed. You have a roof over your head. You have a mother that loves you. And you have a job. And you're doing good in school. And you're going to a special school. So when you got things like that, you're thankful. And there's a lot of you children out there in that situation that I'm speaking on. You have to look at the positive and then go from there. If you're talented as well, you can go somewhere. You got to look at it like that. Because life is not easy. When you're young, life is not easy. It was not easy for me. It's not easy for nobody. That's that age where you get through that, you got it made. But just don't take it so hard. Take it light, because it's only a segment in your life. It's only a few minutes in a life expansion. It's only there for a second. And the character and the structure you built as a child, the teenager, is going to take you the rest of the way in life. So these patterns and these people you be around, you know what I mean, determines that. So you listen to your parent, because your parent been there, they done that, they've experienced that before. So they're not going to tell you nothing to hurt you. Whatever they tell you, I'll try to explain to you, it's only going to help you. It's not going to hurt you. Because they love you with all their heart. You know what I mean? You're a part of them. So that's the one person you can trust. If you can't trust nobody, you can trust your mother or your father. Well, mainly your mother. Because some fathers, they haven't been close to their kids, and they might misuse their kids. Some fathers, you know what I mean? You can't really say all fathers. So I'm not going to even say that. But I'll say you can definitely trust your mother. You know what I mean? Because mothers, you came out of your mother. So you can believe the pain she went through to have you and the love she got for you is unconditional. I mean, it's unconditional. It's no other love than a mother's love and a daughter or a son's love for their mother. So I'm going to start closing this show out. And this show was referred by Friday Forever. This is Friday Forever show, and I want you get well soon Friday, and we hope to see you next week. Be good, y'all, and have a good one. Until next time, Friday Forever.